Hi, I'm Shannon with Shannon Sizzlin' Stampers, and I am here with my first curb kit for a new community um, through a local group in Southern Colorado. So this is my first curb kit for them. We have been having some internet speed and Wi-Fi issues as I've been trying to record this. So this is going to be a much more simplified version. You're not going to be able to see my face this time. I hope that in the future, as we go forward, you'll be able to see my face on the links so that we can get to know each other better. But my passion is all about helping people spark creativity that's within them. And I really hope that this kit will help you kindle that fire of creativity that you have for some joy. So I go by Shannon Sizzlin' Stamper. I've used that for almost 25 years that I've been doing paper crafting fun. So in your kit, let's just go over what you're going to have. You're going to have two different card bases, and everyone's kits are slightly different. Your card combinations could be basic gray, balmy blue, petal pink, or I think it's macaron. In it, you have two pieces of 6x6 paper that have been folded in half. One of them is going to be more geared toward prints that you can cut out to decorate with. And this is from our new By the Bay suite. It's beautiful. And then your other piece of paper, and again, these are all different, maybe something more backgrounded with a print that you can use. This is all about your choice. You're going to choose what you want to use and how you want to use it. All the papers are double-sided, so make sure before you begin the projects that you look and see which papers you want to use for what. Okay, now I just mixed up my paper into there. There we go. All right, so the two papers that I'm going to be working with today are these two. And so I'm going to show you how simple it is to create this. Your paper is already folded in half. Choose which paper you want to use as your cut images. I'm going to use this one with the little sandpiper birds and the crabs. Okay. And then your other paper is going to be what you're going to create your accent layer with. And you're going to want to cut that paper down to 3 inches, which is pretty close to the folds. And if you need to cut it slightly, it doesn't have to be a perfect 3 inches. Okay. You're just cutting that 6x6 paper in half. And now you're going to take off another 1/2 of an inch. So you want each of your pieces to be approximately 3 inches by 5.5. Again, don't worry if it's not perfect. This is less about perfect. It's more about spending time, crafting and being creative and sharing that with someone else in your life. So you can see that this will fit the length either way of my card. Okay. And you can use whichever side that you want. You may want to use a different side for each card. You'll have to see. So I'm going to set that aside. Before we go further, I want to also mention you have two decorative circles punched. They're either in a green, navy, or a petal pink. Some of them are solid cardstock. Some of them are specialty. And then you have a piece of this balmy blue variegated ribbon that is approximately 11 to 12 inches in length. And you're going to want to cut that in half. Unless you want to wait and see the projects, you can wait and see. You may want to change the project up, which I always encourage. I always like to encourage people to be creative and do their own thing. So we're going to start with our first card. And for this one, I think we're going to use the pink and the green. I've got to get mine out here. Oops, they're all stuck together. Okay. So once you have your two cards, you want to determine what accent circle are you going to use where. and on which card layer. So go ahead and be figuring that out. Okay. I was just grabbing another card base so you can see the two full. I misplaced mine. Okay. So this is where we're going to be at. This is what I'm kind of looking at. And I'm trying to decide. I don't know. So the next thing that you're going to do, you may not be fully made a decision. I'm going to be cutting out these two little images with my scissors. If you have a punch and you rather punch them out like in a circle, you can. But if you just have a good old-fashioned pair of scissors and you take your time, there's no rush. Let me get on screen. I've got my camera down a little closer than normal. You're just going to cut around that. You might have shells, you might have crabs, you might have mussels like this for your cutout. Every kit is slightly varied in the color combinations and in the paper. So no one kit in this is exactly identical. Everyone's designer papers, which is fancy words for decorative paper. The decorative paper and things are all different. But what you do have is one piece of paper that is specifically have images in it that these are going to become what I call our focal spotlight images. Okay. And so they're very, the crab, he's a little bit finicky. He's got a lot of claw work there, but it's not too bad because they've, the artist has coiled him. So you can kind of get away with just going around a couple of the legs at a time on the crab. You've only got a couple on the back side that you have to do individually. So I've got my two out. So I'm just looking which is going to be. So I'm thinking like this. Okay, I'm going to put these combinations together and then I have my ribbon cut into two strips. So now for the easy part. With your glue, and that's one thing I should have mentioned, for this kit project, you will probably need a glue and scissors, and you may want a ruler or a paper trimmer of some sort. We're going to start, and you can do these up and down, or you can do them sideways. I'm going to show you one of each, and I'm just going to use my white liquid glue. I'm just going to put some on the back there, not a lot. And I'm going to put it about halfway through. And so see, that's slightly trimmed shorter. So I'm going to, with the liquid glue, you can slightly move it if you need to. I'm not going to worry about it too much. And then we're going to just put that circle on, that decorative circle. I've got my camera way too close. I'm way out of range. I'm going to do that. And we're going to put that maybe right over here. I want it to, call attention to the person as they're opening the card. And then we're going to put our little crab on. Oop. But before we do, I'm going to tie, you have plenty. So you can tie this in a bow. You can tie this in a knot. You can do whatever you want with your ribbon. So my first one, I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do these card layouts. You can take them and make them your own, obviously. And you've got, like I see, you've got plenty of ribbon for your two cards. Okay. Now, I typically use a little bit of different adhesive for my ribbons. I use glue dots or seal, but because I'm working with Curb Kit, I'm going to try to do it with just my liquid glue. If you have any of those other products, I highly recommend them. Now we're going to stick our little crab in the center, and that's it. That card is complete. It's that easy. And you can handwrite your message inside. That's what I love about doing cards like this. There's no sentiment. There's no stamped sentiment. There's no stamping. This is all paper product. and then you can handwrite whatever message. So this is a perfect card for whenever you need it. A birthday, a thinking of you, a thank you, a sympathy. You can write your own message in there. So that's card idea 1. And then for the other one, we're going to start by putting that ribbon around our paper. And I'm going to just put it on the back side, and you can see I'm using the opposite side of the paper to do this one. So that one I had the muscles up, this one muscles. This one I'm going to use the beautiful embossed navy ridge work. Okay, I'm going to try to even that up. And this time I'm also going to set my paper closer to one side than the other. Then we're just using that white, our glue again. Put some on top of the ribbon so that you make sure that you have a good secure piece. And then line it up however you want. Okay, so that's what we've got. So this time we have a little bit of a ribbon wrap. And I am going to show you on this one how to do it. If you have dimensionals, or if you can be creative, you can use some of your scrap paper and accordion fold it to make some dimension to your card. I'm going to put, I have these little dimensionals that I sell, and if you are interested, you can contact me. Kathy can give you my information, but I'm on Facebook under Sizzle and Stamper, and it's with a Z-L-E-N, so S-I-Z-Z-L-E-N. I'm going to layer my little circle up, so I want it to be popped up. And not only do I want my circle popped up, but I want my little sandpiper popped up. So you can do this with accordion folding paper if you want. And then I'm just going to pop him right, I think I'm going to pop him right there. The papers are so beautiful. Most of them have the specialty, especially if you have one with the specialty, maybe showcase that and put your image off to the side a little bit more. But that is card 2. These cards come together beautifully and very easy because the products that we're using today are crafted to coordinate. And so they're beautiful papers that when you put them all together, make a beautiful end result. So I hope you guys enjoyed these 2 cards today for my first curbside class with this particular group through the community system. So I will see you guys hopefully in the future. Bye-bye.